Brother.
Yes. Yep.
Or better than a brother, you know, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How I really made it happen. God. And I loved automobiles, and I made them run a little faster and better, but I never made a real machine with a hunk of junk. You know what I mean? And I always had some kind of a car, a truck, a Model A, a Ford, or something. Always had a truck. People say, "What the hell you got a truck for? You're working in a machine shop." I says, "Well, in case you guys might fall off the car going home, I can throw you in the back of the truck, and then you don't have to walk." I said,
Yeah.
"This guy, just don't get too close to him." I had a good school.
When he was young,
well, I always had
fun with the work and everything.
Yeah, I loved it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I like mechanics, really. Really enjoyed them. I mean, little things, nothing. Yeah, boy, was something. And I'm still here, and I'm an old man.
How old are you now?
Huh?
How old are you?
80 what? 91? 92. How old am I?
93.
93.
Well, you gave me the little thing.
Yeah, but it's at home. Sorry. Yeah.
I don't carry it around.
I was just trying to see if you remembered.
How could I make anybody forget that I've been around all these years working in cannery, picking prunes and apricots out on the ground, and chasing animals and things because they were eating fruit off the trees and stuff, and I wasn't supposed to kill them. As long as nobody knew about them, I went bang, bang, throw them in a pile. Back in them days, you left the animals alone.
Yeah.
They even do it today. Wild animals, And we lived in Hollister, California, the town, but out in the group, they're still there towns. They were during what was the war or the fight we had back in the 1800 and something or.
What, are you talking about the?
This alley broke up and everybody was leaving and coming back from overseas. I mean, back before the war to live in the California, and they didn't even come to California. They came to southern.
Oh, you're talking about like the migration to the west?
Well, no, the how they got here into this part of before they came to the west.
About who? Who? You mean? Well, everyone.
Yeah, about the guys that come and become cowboys throughout the big west of the United States.
Yeah, they all come from the East Coast, right?
Well, we didn't call it that. It was a wild place where they brought their wives and husbands and girlfriends and brought their children and their babies and everything else as they come through the deserts of California. And then they started living there because there was nothing there but...
settlers.
Settlers, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the settlers, see?
Settlers.
And that's the way it was. Nothing but a big place full of trees. I mean, and my dad drove a horse from there, from what's the name of the town he comes from?
Hollister.
No.
Oh, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Providence.
His family was born in Rhode Island. From what was it?
Providence.
He was a Portuguese Jew like I am. he was in from what was it? What is it?
Providence, Rhode Island.
Providence? No, it was a Portuguese city.
Oh, your grandfather came from the Azores.
Azores.
Oh,
he was born
island.
he was born and raised in the Azores. His family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My mom was born and raised in that family, but they never got together until many years later in what was the little town now?
Providence.
Providence, Rhode Island. That was where all the people from Europe used to gather, come by boat, and they send in Providence every.
Oh,
then they start. Then through history, they start moving because of things from here, and finally come through with the whole the country today, like where they're all living out in the island. I mean what do you call them? The deserts. That used to be nothing but wild animals. Nobody lived there, but there was no other place to live, and they were coming from Europe and different places, different all kinds. Mexican, the Mexican.
They were already here.
That was no problem. They moved away from going west. Yeah. But I was born and raised in Hollister, California. I was called what was my name called?
Coyote.
The Coyote. I was known as the Coyote. People knew him.
At 2 years old, his uncle came over to find him, to visit. Yeah. And he said, "Where's the little coyote?" And they found him underneath the sink, head first in a bucket of 2 inches of water.
Oh.
My whole family, my mom and my dad, my mom and my dad was working. My mom and my older sister, Aunt Beatrice, yeah. She always remembers me as a little 2-year-old. That I actually went in and I got stuck in the pen, which was just a water place. In those days, you didn't have
It was to collect the excess water underneath the
Then
sink.
later on, my dad put in water pipes from the creek, you know, water running down, and then we could. But other than that, we had them before in cans, and living out in the counties, yeah. In fact, the county, the old place is still there in pieces. I go by there. You have to go hunt doves down there all the time. Isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
What was his name? What was your uncle's name? The one that liked you.
You know, he was well known, and he always thought he called me by that name all the time.
Coyote.
That Coyote.
And who was he?
And I was only 2 years old when my mom said that he started. They all lived in the same place, and she did the cooking for them. That worked. You know what I mean?
Was he your mother's brother or your father's brother?
Neither one.
Well, you said he was your uncle.
No, not through marriage.
Oh, was he just a friend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he liked what's his name?
Who? You?
Yeah, me. That got stuck in a barrel.
Right, but was he? Oh, was he a friend of your father's?
He worked with him.
Oh,
he was a handyman.
Oh, okay. A ranch.
He was from some other country. I don't remember what it was, but he talked English.
And he's the one that gave you the nickname of the Coyote.
Through the family, yeah. Because I didn't even know that. I don't know until I was 6 years old what the hell where I was at.
Right.
Yeah. And then